You are listening to the Chompcast, the official Sword Chomp podcast. My name is Morgan Barnes, and I am joined by the crew here at Sword Chomp. My co-hosts, Joshua Fowler.
Hey, everybody.
Shay Layton.
Hello there.
And Anthony Fisher.
Hey, beautiful.
I like this always catches me off guard every time. I'm expecting like a quiet little hi, and there's always something crazy.
It's like the most excited he gets all podcast during his intros.
He's got that new mic now, so he's feeling all cocky. He's feeling all podcasty.
Worky.
I could just sling my dick all over the place now.
Ooh, I like it. I'm ready. Well, we will be slinging our dick metaphorically. Did I say that right, metaphorically? God damn it, Fish, you got me all discombobulated. Thanks a lot. Your dick's got me all in a trance.
He had to duck, and now he's lost train of thought.
Yeah, it's going to be a great show today, though. We have our headlining game that everyone's been wanting to hear from us on is Titanfall 2. We have a little follow-up on Pokemon. And as far as the news and other topics later in the show, we have Pokemon sales, Nintendo theme park, and a bunch of stuff on the Game Awards, including some really cool trailers like Mass Effect, Andromeda, and Zelda, and Death Stranding. So, and just kind of a rundown of the Game Awards. We got a list of the winners pulled up. We're going to kind of run through them because it was a big event in our nerdy little world. So it was a lot of fun. Real quick introductions, catch up on everyone, see how they've been doing. I'll switch it up. Shay, my friend, thank you for joining us.
Oh, hey, anytime. I'm here.
And we are happy to have you. How have you been this week, sir?
I've been really, really, really busy, but it's winding down now-ish. This weekend's going to be fairly busy, and then it's going to be a little bit less hectic, so I can start getting back more into gaming and getting caught up. I mean, you and I played Titanfall 2 here recently, so it'll be fun to finally talk about that because it's been out for a little while now. But I've been just dividing my time between beating Titanfall and a little bit of Pokemon play, and then just working every day. I've literally worked every day since Thanksgiving, so today was my day off, and it's been nice. I just finished Titanfall, so I'm excited to talk about those games.
Awesome. Well, I'm excited to talk about Titanfall with you. Josh, played some Pokemon, did not play Titanfall, but we are still happy you're here with us, Josh. How are you doing, sir?
I'm good. I've been playing a little bit of everything else since I haven't been on the Titanfall train. Mech. Whatever. Vehicle.
Fish will tell you all about that Titanfall train.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I've been riding it for a good while now.
But even though you didn't catch up on that game, Josh, we're happy to have you. I know we kind of figured you might sit that one out because if you couldn't rent it, you're dropping $60 on what's basically a 6 or 7 hour shooter if you're not really into the multiplayer. So I can understand why you probably wouldn't want to bite that bullet.
Yeah. Maybe if it weren't just right at the wrong time with everything coming out here right before Christmas. But yeah.
Yeah, the smattering of everything. But yeah, so you got some Pokemon talk and some other things to talk about with you. Also pretty excited to have you here, Fish, as well. You did go out and rent Titanfall 2.
Yeah, I did. I didn't get to finish it, but the time I did have with it, I enjoyed it, and me and you actually got to play a little bit of the online multiplayer on there, and that was fun. At first, I almost wanted to just straight up buy the game after like my initial jumping into it, because I guess it was just, I don't know, it just drew me in. I guess it's that Call of Duty type of feel that was like calling me from way back when I first started playing Call of Duty, and I quickly shut that out. I was like, fuck, no, I can't do this. I cannot do this.
Fish was talking crazy. He was like, after like 1 hour with the game, he's like, I'm going to buy this. I should buy this game. Slow down. Slow the fuck down. This is crack. This is a trick. Do not do this.
Yep, but I quickly returned it. But yeah, I have plenty of that to talk about. But I've had kind of a busy week this week. Wednesday was my wife's birthday, so I got to take her out. And yeah, we had a pretty nice lunch or dinner downtown. And downtown Fort Worth, they usually set up a big old Christmas tree downtown in the center. And there's like a little park around it, and it's all lit up at night. And got to take pictures by it. And my daughter was playing around the tree. Santa wasn't there, and she was real bummed out about that. But yeah, we got a good photo op there. Had pretty fun birthday night for my wife. But other than that, yeah, just playing some Pokemon.
Getting your Pokemon in, yeah. Well, glad to have you here. Yeah, my week's been pretty crazy too, and then, I mean, I don't want to delve too much into it, but it's been a really stressful week for me personally. I've been moving and a lot of stuff going on. I haven't been playing too much. I tried to play some Pokemon since last week. Luckily, I played Titanfall several weeks ago, so I kind of lucked out there. So I've just been kind of waiting. I talked about it a little. For people who've been following our podcast, I gave some brief thoughts on Titanfall a few weeks ago that were a bit probably, I guess, controversial or maybe not. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. But I'm ready to talk about some Titanfall. Because, I mean, Titanfall is just a weird game because it's garnering a lot of headlines. It was sandwiched right between Battlefield 1 and the new Call of Duty. So the sales have been kind of suffering for it, but there's been a lot of critics in the media who have been kind of standing behind Titanfall. Some people picking it. It was not last night for the Game Awards. It was nominated for one of the best games of the year, which surprised me. So it's kind of a weird thing in that regard. The first Titanfall was actually an Xbox One exclusive, and this one being a little weirder as it's now all platforms. So people like me who are jumping into the series, I had didn't know what to expect. And so I started playing it, and it was pretty cool. I mean, it was pretty much like I said before. It felt like Call of Duty, but you get these moments where you get to jump into a giant robot and blow shit up. But I wasn't really overly impressed with it. But just as a launching point there, I want to get you guys' thoughts on it first so we can kind of get this volley going. Because I know for a fact that what we've already alluded to with Fish and Shay, that you guys have enjoyed this game a lot more than I did.
You're fucking right.
Well, why did you enjoy it so much? Tell me why you're loving or you love Titanfall.
Well, it starts off and the game's gorgeous. I thought it was really cool. Like the scenery, the backdrops, everything that's going on is gorgeous. I mean, it wasn't quite to the caliber of Uncharted 4, but I thought it was still really cool. I thought personally that it's looked better than any Halo game, and Halo has always kind of tried to push the boundaries back in the day for beautiful environments on different planets, and I think Titanfall managed to take it a step further, in my personal opinion, from any game in the genre trying to do that, maybe short of the new Call of Duty or Battlefield, because I
Were you talking about
personally
just from
haven't
like
seen.
are you talking about just the aesthetic, like just the world?
Yes. Yeah, just the
Wow.
aesthetics. Yeah. Um, on top of that, just there is not this like drawn out basically opening and tutorial. You're basically just thrown into the game right away. You get this cool little training thing that takes 5 minutes tops, and it shows you all the basic mechanics of gameplay, and then from there you're just thrust into the story. And I love that. I didn't have to sit there for 15 to 30 minutes getting tutorial, kind of like Pokemon Sun and Moon has been. It was just
How
you
much?
get straight
Press
into the game.
right trigger to fire.
Oh, I was about to say, how much tutorial do you need when it's basically pop up, shoot, and rinse
No
and
doubt.
repeat?
No doubt, but there are a bunch of like small mechanics I think in this game that set it aside, or not set it aside, set it apart from the typical first person shooter. And I don't know if that will be, well, no, it's not going to be spoiling anything, like the time travel aspect or the different types of explosives that you use throughout the game, using the mech and kind of changing between loadouts. It was all different, and it didn't feel like I was getting this lengthy tutorial being trained on how to do all this stuff. it was just quick. It is pretty run and gun for the most part. It wasn't quite to the caliber of Doom, but
I got I sorry to interject, but that
no,
that tutorial actually, I enjoyed it.
me
I
too.
actually I was trying to get the like raise up my time on there because there's like this insane time score that's set by the NPCs, but it's like 24 seconds to go through it, and like the best I could get was like 50 seconds. I was like, holy shit, there must be like some efficient way of doing this that I don't understand. But
Yeah, yeah, I felt the
uh,
same way.
so I just quit after that, but I must have spent a good 10 minutes just doing that. I don't know why, but I guess I was in a hurry to rush into the story and everything. But that tutorial actually was, I mean, they give you all the guns that are in the game essentially from the beginning, so you can play around with those as well. And there's a healthy amount of different guns in the game. But it's kind of hard until you actually come up across enemies to gauge what guns suit you, and that came in through the campaign, I guess.
Definitely, yeah. And honestly, it may be at times kind of like Uncharted was a little bit, I guess, run of the mill story wise, but there were parts of it that were super interesting to me. And I felt like it wasn't quite the typical first person shooter because, I mean, most first person shooters, let's be honest, are like you're a part of this army, whatever the name is, whether it's just the army or some highly developed name or what have you. But and you're supposed to go kill the other guys, but there's more to it than that. It's kind of I wouldn't say much more, but a little bit more in terms of what it actually kind of reminds me of Doom now. I think that now that I think about it, like the whole fold energy concept is very similar to the what was it, Advent or Advent energy and Dooms. It's kind of similar, but I don't know. Maybe
Yeah.
that's why I like it so much. But it was super interesting, and I just like the mechanics that they threw in.
Yeah, I mean, people seem to be really enjoying it. I know I'm more in the minority, and I didn't dislike it. I just was surprised it was getting the level of praise as it was, I guess. And to be clear, I've only played about half the game. I rented it and I got bored of it. And I've went online and I've seen some of the different mechanics that Fish and you kept talking about. So like, I got to see what some of this shit. And it does there's some more significantly interesting things that happen about halfway through the game. Really, I think once you hit the manufacturing plant is when things start to get a little more interesting. Um,
It's kind of
and if
fair, I guess. Yeah,
like
it's
I
kind of
feel like
fair.
the first couple hours are pretty much run of the mill stuff. But even when you're in the robot, it's shoot tiny people or you shoot another robot, which was kind of fun. But there wasn't a lot of context to it. You know, I didn't care about the person I was shooting. It was just another guy, and that stuff's fine. I don't think that if you're looking for an emotional connection or sort of anything like that, this is going to be the game for you anyway.
No, I have to disagree with you there.
Yeah, me too. I like
Yeah,
that
you know
robot.
what part I'm talking about, right, Fish?
Actually,
Like
well,
towards the end?
oh no, I never beat it.
Oh fuck, dude, you missed out.
Oh,
There's a part like I was beating it like and it's toward the end and I was like, oh my God. I was like
Uh,
almost cry.
that sounds
I
epic.
hate to admit I was almost man-teared a little bit.
I'm gonna have to rent it again now.
Yeah, dude, it ends pretty well.
Oh, that,
But yeah, I can't say anything since none of you guys finished it then. I can't say anything about the ending. I'll
well,
wait.
well, I
I'll be
like the
patient.
robot actually. I mean, it starts out a bit weird because like in the tutorial, you're about to like call down the Titan in the second part of it, and then the instructor's like, "Oh, we got to go to war. Get out of that thing." And then you're like, "Oh shit, I was about to actually jump into a Titan, and uh, see what this game is all about with the Titans and everything." And they cock block you right off the bat, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" And then it was just pretty much your standard Call of Duty game going through it until you actually come across that Titan. And I thought the way you get the Titan was okay, but like pretty much the whole game, I would say, like the story just really isn't there. It's more of just like uh, I guess environment that you can use your abilities and go through, and they do a lot of set pieces that kind of have a theme. Most of the stages are like 30 minutes long, and then you